Hello, and welcome back to Monster Train. We're on death row today. Umbra main and then melting main. You excited? Hopefully we don't get Umbra melting. Hopefully we get Umbra with a good clan. I think Umbra brings a lot of good support to the table, but Umbra, if you get stuck on Umbra with a bad supporting clan, like a bad clan that can put up a unit that can actually kill things, you get in a little bit of trouble. But that never happens to me. Today I play Umbra Exile Luna. I think this is a really good pairing. I think Umbra is in the running for strongest early game clan. They're definitely at the table in my mind, just because of how good it is to play morsels early. And Luna Coven, weaker but stronger later. Really nice combo. Very excited about this one. We get Bogworm's Pyre, which while I hate, I think is good for Luna Coven because they want you to have more space for more planetarium value and more fairy moon pixie value. Let's begin. Rage Archon and Entropy Seraph. One of the things that I've almost lost to so far is quick sweeping into Rage Archon. He does tear you apart for that. But these aren't very good. I mean, they're not even not very good. Neither of them do anything. This is the very rare no relic opener because those are both bad. Now, early game, I think it is pretty good to play Glutton. I think Trample Penumbra's kind of bad. We have Bogworm, so we would get the value of Trample on him. But I think that this champion path is not good. What does he end at? I think he ends at like 200 attack, which is just sad. For the amount of investment you put into this guy, yeah, 250. He needs to be like 400 in my mind. So we'll play Gorge. I think it's okay. He's fine in the early game to play Gorge. Now, our first fight is going to be very weak. That's what you gotta recognize here. However, it's a good first fight because it's a low damage first wave, and we can just brute force bottom floor against Astraeal, which I think should be fine. Yeah, so we'll play Penumbra here, and then we'll throw up you and you. And I think it's actively harmful to play my starting unit, unfortunately. Good news, we have packed morsels, and we just make this guy nice and strong. And then we'll make a backup floor up top here with the morsels. And then the middle floor will be our kill the leftover enemy floor, hopefully. But we won't get many turns of backup morsels. Primarily we're playing for... There's actually zero reason to play these. Oh no, I have Celestial Storm. I forgot Celestial Storm. I was gonna say there's no reason to play these. Yeah, we have a pretty decent chance. As long as I kill him when he starts spawning in, which is very likely if you have a strong bottom floor like this, you should kill the boss when he spawns in, typically. I think I get more value skipping Spear Steward here. I also think I get some value by not playing Moon Ritual so that it's a full moon next turn and I get the attuned on Celestial Strike or whatever it's called. Celestial Storm. Yeah, we win anyway, though. Makes no difference. Yeah, this is a classic way to play this first fight. I can't kill the heavies, and my starting unit is really bad, but it's Astraeal, so I can just brute force him on the bottom floor. And we can walk out of this fight with no damage taken. If this was the other boss, if this was Uriel, I think we would have taken a little bit of damage here. I don't hate perils. I think it's not a bad idea to just pick up Making of a Morsel though, but also Mind Collapse so that we have actual damage output. I think Calcified Ember puts me off of this. I'm gonna go Making of a Morsel. It's stronger in the short term. Moon Pixie, really good. Pretty much have to take it, in my eyes. And then it gives us more good upgrades at the Steel Shop here. Titanite Endless, Conduit, and 14 attack. Selene Acolyte. So now we need a... Because right now we're at 2+1 for the Moon Pixie. We need something to frontline for us, and then this run has everything it needs. I think I'll pay for the 5. I'm going to put it on Lunar Priestess, though. I think that's going to make a little more sense. And then we roll. There, we can get Dualism, Multi-Strike, or Quick. All three are good. So it's impossible to miss. You have to hit one of them. Dualism, probably the least good of the options, but still good. Only downside of going Conduit Lunar Priestess is that no Dualism Conduit for Moon Pixie, but I think early Conduit's a little better. And I think I have no survival into the boss, but I don't need survival into the boss. I need to play... Well, we won't play Moon Pixie most likely in the next fight. I probably need to play +20 Shield Steward here. Could be just +20 Lunar Priestess. She doesn't need anything else. Yeah, I'll do +20 Lunar Priestess instead. Okay. So, in this spot, you want Selene Acolyte plus Lunar Priestess to hold down a floor for you and stop these enemies from reaching Penumbra. And then you want Penumbra to kill the boss. I think you have to skip this trial. I think this trial is too threatening. If it was any of the other trials, we could play it, but unavoidable 12 damage into Penumbra. He does lifesteal it, though. You know what? I can take it. The problem is I also take a bunch of damage to my Pyre off of this. I have to play Selene Acolyte bottom floor, but I have to play Selene Acolyte bottom floor anyway. So I'm just risking some Pyre HP. I think I can get away with this because of lifesteal. That's my take. Oh, and with the +1 space here, we can actually play middle floor with Shield Steward. He takes 15. It's probably best to play bottom floor with these two. And then Shield Steward middle. Maybe I just draw the Pixie turn 1. Man, you can't expect this, but it's nice if it happens. It's very, very nice. So I'll play Moon Pixie. It doesn't really matter where, I'll just put her in front. Everything dies. And I will Moon Ritual. No reason not to. Without the quick, I won't... You have to keep in mind that the only way we're winning this fight is by killing the boss with Penumbra. And so we want to give Penumbra extra HP. Although actually, I bet I should put the extra HP on... I should put 1 HP down here so that this morsel tanks the whole round. Or it wouldn't tank the whole round, I'd take 2. And yeah, we're effectively trading off like 9 plus 9. We're trading off like 18 HP for this trial, which is very... It's a steep ask, for sure. It's a steep price to pay. Undeniably so. Maybe I get some damage morsels in here. I do. Missing this collector is really tragic, though. Ultimately, I gained money. I gained 75 for the trial, and I lost 50. But it's a risk, right? You are gambling when you're taking the trial like this. We'll load up a little bit of lifesteal here. Love a an HP morsel. He saves me 10 if I put him in front, so that's going to be best. And then we set the moon to full. And if we didn't have Penumbra to kill the boss here, by the way, we would be playing... We would have had to have taken +20 in the shop, I believe, so that my Selene Acolyte didn't die. Yeah, lots of damage taken here. Nothing you can do about it. Shade Splitter. I will play both Shade Splitters. And I think Penumbra should win. He's got 2 lifesteal locked in. He should have this, right? 2 lifesteal, 7450. You should do alright. We also take some HP off of you here. I played this, I would say, relatively safely, all things considered. So if I die, it's just a shame. We'll put some moon rituals up here. It is interesting to think about that collector. It was a 2 and 3 for me to get it, and a 1 and 3 for me to miss it. So I guess you say unlucky and move on, right? Yeah, 100 HP, or 100 attack, 63 HP, 2 lifesteal. Thank you, Penumbra. He's not great, but he does carry the early game pretty nicely. Gorge Penumbra, he gets you out of here. A ping, very good. Immortal Trade's also okay, but I'm going to take the ping. And I will play Starstruck, for sure. I was hoping for Phase Blessing here. Of course, it would have simplified a lot of things. Now, this clan, Luna Coven, has one of the only really good arms shops in my mind. We're also too poor to go to the steel shop and reroll it for multi-strike or quick, so if I walk in here and it's all bad, there's nothing. There's a lot of good upgrades, though, is the main thing. But I'll go to the steel shop. I think it's fine, too, because we're down a little HP. It's good to go pick up some Pyre HP here. Bloodthirsty Blade is okay. This is really bad. I just gotta think about it for a second. This is terrible. The free endless is something to consider though, because I might want that into Rage Archeon. I don't know though, it's not that good. And you have to take 2 curses for it. I think this is a skip. I think this event's really bad. The followers are just so shitty. Okay, Bloodthirsty Blade is weak now, strong late. Boiler Room's okay since we're playing a sweeper, but we don't get to play Boiler Room over Planetarium. If I reroll, I cannot buy and deployable. So you can say deployable Bloodthirsty Blade on Selene Acolyte is good, and it probably is good. I would agree. I think it is probably good. Any other sweeper and I like it, but missing out on Moonlit Glaive is strange, in my opinion. I almost want to remove a card here. I think this fight's really scary. I think you need to give this Arkion the respect he deserves. He's really frightening. And so what do? We need to do everything in our power to minimize his rage gain. We'll get a late play Shield Steward in here. So how do we do that? Well, we want to keep him off the bottom floor as much as possible. That's step 1. And so what we'll do is we'll play Penumbra up here, and we'll hope to draw something to throw middle floor to bait him away. Actually, this is slightly wrong. I want to acknowledge that this is wrong and then play it out because I mentally want to see if I can get the badge. I should play Penumbra middle floor, though. I don't know for sure if this is a major problem or a minor problem. But Penumbra should be middle floor, so there's more room for morsels. And Shield Steward goes here. And we just, all we do is feed Penumbra. And if he can survive long enough in Relentless, yeah, this is like, this is where you gotta ask yourself the question, and you have to basically calculate it yourself here. What do I think? Do I want +2 on Bloodthirsty Blade, or do I want +2 on Bloodthirsty Blade, but +16 on Arkion? I think you can't. I think you cannot give yourself sweep on this turn. It's 8 rage, 4 rounds remaining. His next hit would be... It would go here. Eight, 7, 6 rage when he hits Penumbra is 19 plus... Penumbra would live it, but he doesn't have lifesteal. Okay, before we continue reasoning, let's see what's in our morsels. Damage morsel, rubble morsel. No lifesteal. I think you're taking these two. And I think you're playing... Well, you're always doing all of these plays. So final question. And I think the answer is no, I cannot sweep this wave. That's my final answer. I'm going to leave these morsels in. I think they are the best thing to be playing here. I think you can't torpedo your run for 2 slays, unfortunately. As much as I want to. You can't kill yourself for those 2 slays. But it's really hard not to, because, like, it's so good. Now, Arkion's gonna walk up with this wave. The best thing I can do here... I definitely need to kill this Spearman, right? Because otherwise he's gonna hit my Pyre for 6. And I'm probably over-respecting if I try to get 0 kills on this guy. But he is gonna see 2 kills here, most likely. I can't tank this to Pyre. But I can ignore the Acolyte, basically. If I had Starstruck next turn, that would change things a little bit. But I think you should grab this play and then leave these morsels, or leave the packed morsels untouched, basically. Come down here and just daze a guy. Save 4 HP for what it's worth. Leave the packed morsels in. I respect this Arkion a lot, though. I think he's very scary. He's going to see this kill. There's nothing you can do about it. And he's going to get angry about it. None of those things are changeable. I can play nothing. I just give my Penumbra a little bit of scaling. I set you to sweep. I take my +2 and we move on. And Arkion will return. Oh, this is wrong. Oh, slight error. This one matters enough that I need to undo. I apologize, but I do need to break the undo. I missed one thing. I've been so locked in on this fight, I thought I was on waves remaining 1. I'm on waves remaining 2. That's my bad. I need to take 1 damage to Pyre and put Train Steward middle floor. Wait, does that even matter? Oh, fuck, he's gonna go bottom floor anyway. I just threw away my no undos for no reason. Well, you know what? Whatever. I'm too locked in on the grand scheme. I'm losing the little shit. He's gonna come in and he's gonna terrorize me. It's guaranteed. I'm just gonna get torn apart by this boss. It's known. 19, and he's gonna see another wave die. Because he was just middle floor, so he's always gonna come back down here. Wish I could freeze this Shield Steward. I think I must sweep here. Well, what's he hitting? 19s? Oh, wow. That's a lot of damage lost. I understand now. I think we're now entering survival mode, right? We're just playing to live at this point. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about scaling you or anything. I'm just playing to get out of Relentless now. And playing to get out of Relentless is minimizing the number of rages this guy sees. No doubt. Because he's what, 17 rage? He's basically nothing. So while I did not get a great fight for Selene Acolyte, I will walk away from this fight alive. And I think that's the most important thing here. Oh yeah, that pretty much locks me in. I'm going to Celestial Storm middle floor so that I don't take any free damage here. I believe is the best play. And then I could even throw in a Morsel Jeweler down here to buy me an extra round. It's not a bad play. Because it's just what we want now is we just want to get him out of rage. And then Penumbra will win this Relentless. That's -2 rage. And I go Shade Splitter, just to see if there's anything good. Magma Morsel, Rubble Morsel. Strike this guy with the star. And, incredibly, we kill the Sycophant. Which is very nice. So I think we're going to walk out of this taking 0 damage, which is good. 107, 88, and he has no rage. And note that he has no rage. This fight is still over half of Penumbra's HP. If you don't like pay super close attention in this fight, if you let him walk up with any rage, I think you actually get smoked here. And this is the build that actually has some counterplay to this Rage Archeon because you can turn off your sweep. So unfortunately, while we sacrificed probably like 4 kills for Bloodthirsty Blade, we did leave that fight without any deaths. The actual, unfortunately, is that I undid for no reason because I lost track of turns. And now this run is invalid because I've cheated. Alright, I'll take Title Turning here. It's very good. Silent Sentinel is also very good. I do think we want a guy to stand with the Lunar Priestess and the Selene Acolyte, and this is the guy. He's cheap, he's efficient, he's very good. I need to take energy so that I can do my deployment cleanly, because this clan does have a high deployment cost. And then we probably get to take draw because Bogworms should give me the space I need. Okay, now what? Now we go right and we make Title Turning better. We don't want to overspend, but I want this money for sure. Remove Consume, -2 gain Consume. Title Turning is pretty slick. Maybe Meat Shield. Meat Shield is like always fine, in my opinion. It's never really a bad take. And we could play Architect and he basically becomes free. Once I give him another level, that is. Well, Architect 2 is free. I'm gonna go Glutton 2, and we'll just let him continue being our boss killer for a little bit while we get everything settled. I'm happy to play Remove Consume. Maybe even Remove Consume Holy Stone isn't bad. But I need to pay for my morsels. I guess you could -1 making of a morsel. And then Actually, I should skip this Holy Stone. I should save enough money that if this trial is bad, I'm not forced to take it. Because I need to have money into this steel shop, right? So from an economy standpoint, while Holy Stone is good, I think we need to not take it here. This trial is really bad. Yeah, I am glad I don't have to take that. That trial would be quite unfortunate. 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 5. Okay, so I want to give myself one extra turn to draw Moon Pixie, basically, here. Steward's Quarters would be nice for this run. But yeah, your Selene Acolyte is going to be pretty weak. Good news is this wave isn't, or this fight is not actually that threatening. It's only ever single heavies, so it's not the end of the world overall. And poor Penumbra. No space to eat morsels. It's so sad. I do want to leave the little 8/3s alive to get eaten up by Bloodthirsty Blade here, but we're definitely weak, and I would not be shocked to take a little damage in this fight, all things considered. Especially with draws like this. New Moon, take me to the full moon, throw in Spear Steward, skip Starstruck because it's only 13 damage. We could make it 26, but I'd rather just play Train Steward and move on. Yeah, worst case I'll take like a few hits of 6 here, which is not that big of a loss. That is the main problem with morsels right there. I have no control over if they just give me no damage scaling in this run. Sometimes it's like this. You have lifesteal. Nice try, buddy. Oh, if I put this one in front, 6, 8, 8. No, that's all the same. Okay. 6, 8, 8, 8. Yeah. No difference. There's remaining 3. Hold on, let me walk through this. 3, 2. I press the button, cooldown 3. 1. Boss spawns. Boss is middle floor. Okay, so I can play it. Wait until next turn for Spell Slam. Good to know. I think I do just want +3 attack here. Yeah, we can wait until next turn for Spell Slam, and then I will still get to use it before Relentless on the boss, which matters a little bit. Oh, 15 Titan Skin. Ouch. It's okay. We walked into this fight expecting to get hit a little bit. This is nothing shocking. We're gonna go... Oh, God. Well, Tidal Turning is right around the corner, so I wouldn't sweat it too much. And you're gonna go Sweep to everyone. Maybe like a Lifesteal Morsel here? No. It's okay. Like I said, it's all good. We take a little damage in this fight. It's no big deal. This is a fight. This is like a transition fight where we haven't quite gotten everything online because of shop RNG, specifically how the shops are laid out. And so we take a little interim period here where we're not quite strong enough to one-shot heavies, but we have the plan. I think that there are runs where I am in positions where I'm like, oh my god, I think we might lose this. And then there are runs where I am in positions where we are like, oh, I think I'm going to take like 3 or 4 hits in this fight. And this is a 3 or 4 hits fight. This is not indicative of a problematic run by any stretch of the... Oh, you know, Ajax the Unyielding. Hold on a second. I did also late draw both my Moon Pixie and my Tidal Turning, which I think improved the amount that you would fear in this fight. A small amount. 113. So it's 108 plus 3 plus 5. Nah, not enough. Well, I guess there's no reason not to play this here, though. Penumbra, if you lose this fight to Ajax, it's going to be really embarrassing. I think that the middle floor should soften him up enough for you. So sadly, this second Tidal Turning is not going to change anything, I don't think. Wait, maybe it is. Never mind, it does change things. I thought we were getting down into the zeros on attack. Hey guys, Penumbra, now that I've fed him 2 morsels per turn, he can finally kill a single heavy. Good job, Penumbra. Alright. Nice work. No big deal. The least worried I've been in a run. Well, not the least worried. That's not very true. You know what I mean. Okay, so we want to pick up some sort of ping now. We can start thinking long term because Selena Acolyte getting silenced does lose sweep because her sweep is a trigger. Shroud Spike is okay if I need it. I don't think I need it at this point. Gravel's okay. It's also kind of just like an I don't need it though. I think I don't need to add cards like this. Planetarium, I was just about to say, is the big thing we're missing right now. Because this gives us round start value. We're gonna go Steel Shop. We're looking for multi-strike quick. There's quick. You don't necessarily need quick, but it's good before you buy these things. But if you're in this spot, even if you're here, right, and you're like 100% sure, of course I'm putting quick on a sweeper. Before you buy it, leave. Just mentally get in this habit. Leave and go look at the rest of the ring. What else are we doing here? Is there anything you should do first? Not really in this one, but it is good to do. Get in the habit of this. I am gonna go quick on Acolyte. I'm gonna go plus 20 on Silent Sentinel. I'm gonna go roll. Multi-strike, very nice. Multi-strike on Acolyte. Conduit 5 on Moon Pixie. Duplicate Moon Pixie. Beautiful stuff. Everything's coming together. It's all working out. Bloodthirsty Blade is going to end up being worse than the Mage Blade, but a big difference between Bloodthirsty Blade and the Mage Blade is that Bloodthirsty Blade costs 1, and that makes a big difference. Sorry, I am taking a quick drink break. Sometimes if I go silent like that. I think it's okay. I do like another thing is like Titan Skin is a trial that people will just call GG easy, just click that shit. I think it's okay here. 3-6. Is it all? It's all going middle 4, which is fine. Poor Penumbra. You want to think about it though, because Titan Skin 4 might cause you a little bit of damage in the start. If I just roll good and draw my units quickly, it'll be no problem, right? If I just draw like Planetarium, Moon Pixie right away, it's not even going to be an issue. But you can't plan around that. Doesn't matter what moon phase we're on. Oh no, it kind of does because I take sap. 88 times 2. That's what I'm saying, man. Let's set the moon phase. 88 times 2, quick. But it's 84 times 2. I need to play like a morsel middle 4 for the conduit, right? This guy gets me there. Yeah, and it was fine. I still don't think it's a bad idea, especially if you're getting used to the game. Try not taking trials. I think it's a very strong suggestion. If you are struggling, right? If you're playing Monster Train 2 and you're like, man, I just keep losing. How does this guy do it? One, I'm really handsome and like smart. But 2, try clicking trials less. I think it's the biggest flaw that everyone has. Because it's actually a bit of a... It's not even entirely your fault. You kind of get conditioned into clicking trials when you're learning the game, because early game trials are fucking... But like when you're on low covenants, you can get away with anything. But once you get up into the higher covenants, you're going to be taking trials and you're going to get your ass beat and you're going to go, hey, what happened? And you know... It's just how it goes. I don't know what else to say. That's the end of that thought. Now for the hardest question of this run. What the hell am I going to name this episode? What are we going to call this one? Because it is just watch my conduit numbers go up. I believe that there's a bit of a disconnect for me in creating these thumbnails. Oh, I should have spammed sap here. Oh, little misplay. If I spam sap here, I can get more kills through the Bloodthirsty Blade. You know, I think typically I want to take screenshots of the end of the run, right? I want to be like, here's what we ended up with. Here's the crazy setup we finished this run with. But the reality is the most interesting part of this run is fights 1 through 4. The Arkion fight in general, I think, is the most interesting part of this run. That was like 10 minutes of hyper optimizing, right? Intrinsic on title turning is not the worst. Holy Stone on title turning is also not the worst, but I got my HP back. Starstruck. Intrinsic. I don't know. We can get rid of Shield Steward. Well, you should probably... No, Penumbra's gonna be my bait unit. He can just go sit alone top floor. I want to play, like, Intrinsic Holdover and Tumbra Assault. Because remember, I need... Oh, you know, it's just Intrinsic Holdover Starstruck. The last thing of this run is killing the Silence dudes. No holdover. I need to load this deck then. Because I might not see holdover, so what I need to do is I need to load this deck with ways to kill the 8 HP little idiots. I'll have a lot of conduit kicking around. I just gotta load up on ways to catch them. You don't need a ton. There's only 3 of them in the fight. Even just like freezing cards might be the way. I do feel like this Penumbra should maybe start with like a damage shield or something in this game. Why does he just die? Like a fool. And 145 times 2 is plenty here, so we're gonna play bottom floor so that there's no damage shield problems. You miss out on 1 pixie, but that's okay. And if it's okay with you, I think I might stop playing Morsels. I think I'm gonna start expediting the process here. I don't need to play any more Morsels. I'm just gonna set it to full moon, clear my hand, and end my turn in this fight. Why waste time watching Morsels spawn that don't matter? I guess because it gets them out of the deck. Really, real answer. This Planetarium a little late. I'm dazed, this dude. Yeah, this whole wave just dies automatically. And now Bloodthirsty Blade starts to scale up. I don't know why, but my intuition on this run was like Bloodthirsty Blade was a wrong choice. I was really opposed to it mentally. I can't quite tell you why, but sometimes I feel that way, and usually when I feel that way about something in these games, I am often feeling it for a reason that I can't otherwise see. But I don't know why. I was just like, man, I think Bloodthirsty Blade is wrong. I had to really... And I think I was wrong, by the way. But I had to really reason myself down from re-rolling that shop. Cycle Staff's a little late. Duality's a ping. That's the correct answer here. We don't need space. Thank you, Bogworms. I will take draw. And this will just get us a little more consistency. Arm Shop for deployable is better than Magic Shop, but I only need 1 deployable here. I don't think I can afford to merge in Mageblade. 1, 3... No, I would lose either Lunar Priestess or Silent Sentinel, and it's not worth the inconsistency in the deck. I will go Magic Shop. And then I'll go Arm Shop, I believe. Although the Steel Shop comes with a duplicate. But if I see holdover in this one, I kind of just win. Too late, Steward's Quarters. Glutton 3, sure. Architect, whatever, it doesn't matter. This is where you can actually look at this one, though, and say I should have gone Architect when it was offered because he's free value on the floor. Because Architect is +3 space, so I would have just had basically +5 or +11 conduit for playing that. This is an interesting ask, Spellchain double stack, because I really want to play Holdover Starstruck, but I don't have a guarantee of that, and Spellchain and double stack are both really good here. Probably Spellchain is best. They're good specifically for the Titans, because it is really good to just put 4 dazes on Savagery at the start of the fight. However, if I'm going here, I don't get a duplicate. So actually, I guess I'm not going to do this. And instead I will play like Spellchain. I guess Spellchain Duality is fine. +20 consume and Tumbra Assault. -2 gain consume Celestial Storm. Reroll. No holdover. It's okay. We will play a freeze on Duality here. I don't really want to remove consume anything. I do want -1 on nothing, actually. I'll take +10 Starstruck, I guess. It's a bit of a shame. That's how it goes, though. You can't always hit holdover intrinsic on a Daze card, now can you? That's okay. I do actually think I might need to go to the left. Not sure yet. I will get back to you. We can take this trial. I think it doesn't change anything. 1-1, 2-1. Yeah, I was floating 1 energy anyway. Even if I wasn't, I could probably skip out on one of these guys. You could play a higher floor here if you like, but I'm... Oh, you know what? I need to play a higher floor. I already lost the badge when I wasted on the undo. I'll just fix this as well. It doesn't make a huge difference, but I think it might make a difference into this boss. So we may as well do it before we see anything. Just a slight mentality error. Gives me 1 turn to catch this guy as well. Not so bad. And we leave the duality frozen in hand. I'm gonna do a little bit of scaling in the early sections of this fight just to be safe, basically. Doesn't hurt. Once we get Planetarium and all of this, I think there's not really a question, though. Alright, I'm gonna go back to... Well, I should play the Moon Rituals, I guess, but I'm gonna go back to doing very little in this fight. Because we are 2 Moon Pixies here, and then 324 times 2. Not the most insane numbering, I will say. Might have to look. If I get offered Mage Blade in the arm shop, I'll have to do the math. How much conduit is on this floor? 54. Oh, it's for sure gonna be more than what Bloodthirsty Blade gives. Okay. It's like, is this more than Bloodthirsty Blade? Yes. Without a doubt, yes. Not a question. This is a good trial run for Entropy. I do think Entropy probably poses the highest threat of any of the fights in this run, or any of the fights we could have fought in this run. Just because one bad silence turn can get you caught, and you won't have anything you can do about it. But yeah, nice to get a free trial here, for sure. Very good to just get an extra 400 gold. Normally, it would be a little win more here. However, in this run, we really want to go run a bunch of removals up. So I am glad to have it. And that'll do 14 for you. Oh, I forgot to... Fuck. Oh, shit. Mine is Bloodthirsty Blade. My bad. Forgot to sweep. It was like -4. Well, it's over. GG. This is no... I don't think there's any reason to play these. If I could change one thing about this run to make me more confident, I would put Endless on Silent Sentinel. I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna go to the arm shop. All useless. Let me go look over here, because there could be Razor Thin Crescent. There is an energy relic here. It's not really that good though. What do I need energy for in this run? Nothing. I'm like passing my turns. Heal 10 on Moon Cycle I also think isn't that good. I guess it's maybe like fine. Let me go look in the arm shop first, because I'm never buying any of this. Let's roll. I'm never buying any of that. Okay, cool. Deployable Planetarium, please. And this is why we left 1 energy open. And that's all. Remove 2. We're gonna start clearing out Shade Splitters. Although actually Moon Ritual is kind of dead. At least Shade Splitter could tank damage. Actually, Shade Splitter is kind of good, the more I think about it. I chump block with that thing. I think Moon Ritual goes, now that I've thought about it a little more. Because I get nothing for Moon Cycling. I'm giving up a little conduit. Let me buy some... Well, before I buy removals, what do I think here? I don't need this orrery. Like, it really does nothing. Circle of Cycles is, like, fine. But again, I'm not going to be moon cycling. I'm going to roll these. Yeah, give me wing technology here. I think that one's fine. That fixes the only real concern I had, which was we might just get smoked on the Titans. I think now we're guaranteed fine. I'm gonna clean up all the moon rituals because I have Lunar Priestess. With all of those gone, what's next? Probably Celestial Storm. 25 card deck? I don't think I need the second Celestial Storm for anything. Maybe I'll regret that. Alright, let's kick it. Very uncommon to get a 24 card deck, I feel. Usually you're taking a lot of trash. But this one didn't really need to make any perspective picks because I got everything lined up pretty early. It was just a little awkward transitory period in the mid-game. But now, we're here in the end game with our 158 times 2, our Penumbra, and I would say a pretty good looking run. We just can't be lazy. I need to play morsels to buffer damage in this fight. And mostly it's for the Titans, right? I don't actually need it too much for this fight. I need it for the Titans. I need the morsels to block damage for me. We almost had a no relic run, but unfortunately they showed me something I found actually useful. So sadly I had to pick a relic. Yeah, you go like Moon Ritual, here, you come down and you strike because why wait? And then you come up here, you go Shade Splitter, Rubble Morsel in front. I'll take the 1. Yeah, we're already at 240 times 2. Bloodthirsty Blade scaling increases a little bit. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, with 2 space. This is a very big W for Bogworm's Pyre. This was a great showing from Bogworm's Pyre. It didn't fuck me. And I think actually Bogworm's Pyre is best into Entropy Seraph. Not that this is something you have any control over, so it's not something you need to be thinking about. But into Entropy Seraph, you do have a better chance of Bogworm's Pyre being useful in my eyes. Yeah, I'm gonna nuke this guy for 1200. Yeah, a little more. But it's because Seraph, Savagery and Corruption both require you bottom 4, or you really want to be bottom 4 anyway. This Seraph you can play anywhere and it's okay. He's kind of chill. But Entropy and Savagery really want you bottom 4 so that you don't feed a bunch of either curses or damage into your deck. And all of this is looking good. Feels like I should find myself pretty close to lethal here. Hit him for another 1400. I should hold Duality in hand to clear the Silence guy next turn, but my deck is so few cards now that I will always have a ping, I believe. Better be careful, because what if I bottom deck? I better watch myself. This wave could rip me to shreds. I opened myself up to disaster trying to kill Seraph early. Okay, never punished. There's no justice. It's all good. Yeah, with the curse he adds into, that was actually kind of scary. There was a chance I bottom decked there. I guess it wouldn't have mattered because he would have just gone top 4. The worst I would have missed out on was a little bit of scaling. Oh, I think I just lost the kill. Oh, I could have been Silent Sentineling for spell weakness. I didn't even think about that. Alright. Very clean. Escape the early game and watch Silent or Selene Acolyte pop off. That's this run. Let's go fight the Titans. Shall we? I believe now the Morsel Damage Shield will buffer enough damage to make sure we don't die. We'll just play middle 4. We are inflexible because of Bogworm's Pyre. And that's okay. You're here, you're here. You're here, you're here. Bloodthirsty Blade. Maybe Penumbra saves me a hit here. It's possible. Yeah, so we want the morsels to tank corruption. That's like the big thing. And then the number does save me a hit here. It was possible. Get rid of meat shield. Play out one more morsel, one more morsel. Hit up the 45x tidal turning. Daze this dude, because why not? May as well let Penumbra eat. He's been working hard today. Can't quite kill on the Supplicant down here. Could like throw away a Moon Pixie for it, but that's ridiculous. Moon Ritual. We are, I believe, done here. Can you live this, Penumbra? You can. It is not bad to just feed him a bunch of morsels, because if he lives, it saves me HP. Super minor, right? I'm not gonna take 100 damage in this fight or anything. But maybe if my middle floor collapses somehow, Penumbra can be... Yeah, what am I talking about? He's gonna get smoked by the assassin, no counterplay. What am I even thinking about, man? I'm gonna go hit this guy for 10. Yeah, Penumbra will live that. He'll live that wave, don't worry. He told me. He told me he lived that. Hey, he almost lived it. He did live the wave, he just died to the corruption of man. Not really his fault when you get right down to it. He's not even a man, I don't think. I think he's just like a unknowable, unthinkable being. Something like that. Hey, corruption guy. You wanna hurry it along up there? I think Bogworm's Pyre is another low attack Pyre. I think this thing has the same starting attack as the icky Pyre that I've been complaining about. You know the one. Oh, I should play a Shade Splitter here. I could have killed Savagery, but since we're locked in here with Dominion anyway, may as well just play it safe. Take her easy. Entropy Pyre, by the way, is the one I'm thinking of. I think this one has the same starting attack as Entropy Pyre, but it might get more or less attack. I've been told this attack number varies. Don't ask me, though. I don't really know. It's one of those things I've just never really bothered to learn in this game. Maybe one day. I'm just filling time, man. We're just waiting now. Give me the Titan's Mercy rule. It's been how many rounds since they touched my team? I have how much HP? Alright, you're free to go. Truth, nuke, kill that guy. Destroy. Bloodthirsty Blade scaled up pretty nicely, I bet. What did we end up at? 152? That's cool. It's nothing like earth-shattering or anything, but it's about half of my scaling, and in a run like this, that's a lot. Half is a pretty big number. We should throw in 2 rubble morsels. Yeah, I was mostly worried about, like... I was kind of worried about dying to Savagery if he just scaled. You know? Like, I was worried about this trample crushing through my front line, but Tidal Turning's got my back in this one. And that gives us a clean turn 9 clear. I think 9 turns is about average for the Titans now. That's what I would say is the average kill speed. The game, I think, expects 10, because you get a 1-turn boss rush here. And after 10, it's like, 10 is the 0 out, and then after 10, it's just like, you know, it's not negative score, but it's the same. Yeah, really cool run. Really, I think that the hardest part of this run is Arkion. I think this Rage Archon guy can really kill you for that 2 attack that you have to skip out on. It's very easy to get lured in, especially early on. You have to, if you're playing Savagery Pyre or Bloodthirsty Blade or anything like that, you have to sometimes go, okay, I don't care about the early game. It doesn't matter what I permascale in the early game. I'm not going to think about this +2 attack. And I think it's very important that you have to break the mental barrier there. Good luck. It's very hard. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.